rotan gunung kan. Rotan gunung sama rotan yang di sini tidak sama kan. Rotan gunung ada lebar dia punya daun dan juga dia punya duri itu agak pendek, talong. Nah, kalau rotan di sini kan agak banyak durinya kan, selalu banyak. Dan daunnya agak begitu kecil, tidak lebar. Bintang film, nantabakan, pinungo, nimpilikan, siningolun, balik sana, Sinumandak.
9 batik. 9 sama ikingnya sinusu. Sinusu lumot, kamu kok?
Ya, inapot kan.
Sinusu lumot, sinusu maya. 11. Unat gitu. 12. 9, 10, 11, 12, Pak.
Aku sa kinuha din yung di ba? Itu pekatnya, Bu. Ini. Itu gitu kon.
Naya kon, gitu?
Ay? Saan gitu?
Entah. Udah nalam tadi.
Ang taga aswang diyan sa
Gitu. Tapi kan,
ano kung lihat.
juga aku aja. Ah, itu rotan. Duri. Rotan.
On the island of Borneo, in the northernmost part of the Indonesian province of North Kalimantan, along the wild border area between Indonesia and Sabah, lives a little-known indigenous people, the Agabag. Traditionally, their men are gatherers of forest products, swidden farmers, hunters and fishermen. Today, many look for low-wage jobs in the big oil palm plantations or with logging companies that are destroying their forests, the forests on which the life of many Agabags still depend. Women carry the main workload. In the evenings, after a hard day's work in the forest, fields and around the house, they still find time and energy to practice their special art, the plaiting of unique, large and lavishly decorated mats, pretty baskets and other objects from rattan vines. These vines they find in the forest, where it still exists. Countless traditional plaited motifs tell stories about Agabag women's lives in the past and present. Two of these are called Sinumandak and Agigimpong.
Wah.
Ini sudah muda ini. Tuang yang runcingnya.
Kami kasusah. Nah, ini anak umur. Yo kami. Karena ada jago. Jadi, kayak nano ada anu hidup dari. Nah. Dagu-dagu nih, dagu-dagu. Angin muna to guru kan. Kayon mo ya kulo gitu. Ito kon ko lino mo sa leto ke sino ano ko. Ya, bisa ako dulu. Ya, bisa yung ano.
Jangan misalkan ada itu.
Lalu mis anu daw na bili ko daw. Kalimuwan niya kayo napa. Mana? Kalimuwan niya kayo na. Yang kamu dah. Okay. Jangan kena apa. Kau hitam.
Kabur dia tuh nggak kemarin. Kemarin dia bikin apa sudah tuh ya? Merawat hutan.
No Agabag girl was able to marry if she didn't prove capable of plaiting the age-old difficult pattern of the young girl and to bring a large ayam mat into the marriage as part of her dowry. Similarly, no young man was formally acceptable as a husband if he hadn't laid a hunted head at his fiancée's feet. Fortunately, this is long past, but with girls the rule is still observed in many areas, although today it is often the mother who plats the large mat for her daughter, or at least helps her with the work, sometimes together with related women.
Jadi langsung dia tidur. Sekali dia bangun anyaman ini dia lihat sudah motif ini. Jadi namanya ini Sinumandak.
But the poor girl of whom this story is told does not have a mother anymore. Nobody was ready to help her with the difficult problems encountered in such a complicated work. However desperately she asked other women, her grandmother, her aunts, and finally even strangers. She didn't know what to do anymore, and in the end fell asleep from sheer exhaustion. But then her mother visited her in a dream and asked her why she was so sad. She comforted her daughter, told her to cheer up, and said that she was not alone and all would be good in the end. When she woke up, the girl was about to take up her work with fresh courage. But to her amazement, instead of the jumbled bundles of rattan stripes she had left the night before, she found a completely finished mat with a wonderful, endlessly continuing pattern of interlacing lines, by far richer and more ornate than any she had ever seen. They say that even the little markers were still stuck in it that help a weaver find her way in the jumble of the many stripes. Full of joy, the girl went to the field to dig out ilu with the others, the cassava roots out of which the Agabag women prepare their daily food. The others began to tease her and laugh at her. "Have you made any progress with your mat?" But the girl remained unimpressed. She looked uncommonly happy and didn't ask anyone for help. Back at the longhouse, the women suddenly hushed up as they came to their common workplace. Nobody had ever seen anything nearly as beautiful and complicated before. The girl must have had powerful help. Ever since, this pattern is called Sinumandak, the pattern of the young girl. So complicated is this pattern that it is impossible to ever achieve the plait if even the smallest mistake has occurred at the beginning. Once upon a time, a boy and a girl had been betrothed in their childhood, as is still the custom among traditional Agabag. But when they grew up and the time came for them to marry, the girl found that she did not love the man, and the idea of marriage was altogether distasteful to her. She shrank, however, from telling this plainly to her prospective father-in-law or to her fiancé, for she was a nice girl, well brought up, and well versed in adat, the customs observed by her people.
Berat. Mendengar Kemendangan ada konsep dah sedeng. Nama apa ini? Ini tawak, buat tawak.
Kayaknya bisa.
Kayaknya banyak.
Aku nggak kena ada aturan. Aku bagus tahu.
Gitu noh. Ada suara ya? Buka tuh gitu na dua los.
Mali.
Buka tuh gitu.
Kalau mainangan mo bilang, anak ko dah sulod.
Itu depan lagi nah. Ini tadaan punya dah layu.
Lagi sono, lu kita tapi yang lu saya lupa ni na. Tahu yang ulang.
Pas na depan na ada.
Kadang ada yang gitu. Mudah-mudahan itu yang kadang.
For a long time she worried what to do, and at last decided to weave a pattern which would give them a hint. So she made a budoy, a carrying basket with a new pattern on it, which she invented, and sent it to her father-in-law to be. He did not know why it had been sent. The pattern was new to him, and he could not read its message. He showed it to his wife and asked for her opinion. She considered it and said, "I think it means that she will not live with our son." For she had discovered that the strange new pattern recalled the old pattern, Sinumandak, the difficult test piece a girl has to master before she can marry, and that she has to bring into the marriage on a large mat. But where the lines were supposed to meet harmoniously, they turned away from each other. That must be a sign that the two could not face each other. But let us send it back to her and see if it is returned to us, the mother said.
Ini. Perempuan lagi yang pegang nih.
Hebat ya.
Hebat.
Saya senang hebat mereka.
Dormia, curah
Ya.
So they sent it back, and soon the girl returned it to them. Again they sent it back, and for the third time it came again to them. So now they knew that the basket contained its message, and that the girl would not marry their son. But she was prepared to return the bride payment that her family had already received. For the good girl had even plaited a solution to the problem into the pattern. The long winding line leading to those small odd-shaped patches must be the way leading back to recover the valuable objects that the young man's family had paid at the betrothal, all the many gongs, huge antique jars, and precious pearls. This solution is still enforced in the Agabag people's customary law whenever a betrothal or marriage is Agigimpong, that is, dissolved by the woman's will.
Itu namanya Ibu SPW, Ketua SPWJ.